The secrets of mummies, pyramids, and the pharaohs of Egypt. Welcome to a journey through time, where the sands of Egypt hold the mysteries of an ancient civilization. In this video, we will uncover the secrets behind the mummies and pyramids that continue to fascinate the world. The pharaohs of Egypt, rulers, gods, and legends. Ancient Egypt, home to one of the most extraordinary civilizations in human history. A land of monumental achievements, stunning architecture, and a culture that spanned millennia. At the heart of Egypt's ancient world stood its rulers, pharaohs of Egypt. Who were the pharaohs? The word pharaoh is actually a term that came into use later in Egypt's history. It originally referred to the great house or palace of the king, but by the New Kingdom period, it became synonymous with the ruler themselves. The pharaoh was considered the divine representative of the gods on earth, the bridge between the gods and the people. So, when you think of a pharaoh, you should think of someone who wasn't just a political leader, but a religious one. They were believed to be chosen by the gods to maintain Mahat, which means order or balance in both the cosmos and society. And with that divine authority, pharaohs had absolute power. They commanded armies, built monumental structures, and controlled resources. But their power also came with immense responsibility. Their role was to ensure the prosperity and stability of Egypt for the gods and for their people. The role of the pharaohs in ancient Egyptian society. The pharaoh wasn't just a ruler of land, but of life itself. Their duties were religious as well as political. They conducted ceremonies to honor the gods, and were the chief priests of Egypt, leading elaborate rituals in grand temples dedicated to the gods like Ra, Isis, Osiris, and Amun. In fact, many of the most famous pharaohs were known for their religious reforms. Akhenaten, for instance, famously attempted to shift Egypt from polytheism to monotheism, focusing worship on the god Aten. However, this shift was short-lived, and after his reign, Egypt returned to its traditional polytheistic beliefs. This shows just how powerful the pharaoh's influence could be, not only over the kingdom, but over the spiritual lives of their people. Famous pharaohs and their legacies. Over the millennia of ancient Egyptian history, there were many pharaohs who left indelible marks on the world. Some are remembered for their grand monuments, others for their military conquests, and some for their cultural achievements. Let's look at a few of the most famous pharaohs. King Tutankhamun. King Tut, or Tutankhamun, is perhaps the most famous pharaoh of all, but not because of his long and successful reign. He was just 9 years old when he took the throne. Instead, his fame comes from the discovery of his nearly untouched tomb in 1922 by archaeologist Howard Carter. Tut's tomb was filled with incredible treasures, revealing much about ancient Egyptian wealth and craftsmanship. Though his reign was relatively short and not particularly eventful, his burial has made him a symbol of Egypt's ancient splendor. Ramses II, also known as Ramses the Great, is one of the most celebrated pharaohs. He reigned for 66 years, the second longest reign in Egyptian history, and was known for his military campaigns, monumental building projects, and divine leadership. Ramses is often considered the greatest of all pharaohs. He famously fought in the Battle of Kadesh against the Hittites, which is depicted on the walls of his temples. And if you've ever seen the massive temples at Abu Simbel, well, that's Ramses' legacy too. Cleopatra VII. Although Cleopatra is often associated with ancient Rome, she was, in fact, the last pharaoh of Egypt. Known for her intelligence, political acumen, and romantic alliances with Julius Caesar and Mark Antony, Cleopatra sought to revive Egypt's former glory. Cleopatra's reign marks the end of the Pharaoh dynasty as Egypt eventually fell under Roman control. But her legacy as a ruler who navigated the complex political landscape of the ancient world remains powerful. The decline of the Pharaohs. As Egypt's empire grew weaker, the power of the Pharaohs began to fade. In the later centuries, Egypt became more vulnerable to outside forces. First, the Nubians, then the Assyrians, the Persians, and ultimately the Romans. By the time Cleopatra VII took the throne, Egypt was a shadow of its former self. After her death and the Roman conquest, in 30 BCE, Egypt was absorbed into the Roman Empire, and the era of the pharaohs came to a close. Introduction to the Pyramids. The Great Pyramid of Giza, built over 4,500 years ago, is a testament to ancient engineering prowess. But what do we truly know about its construction and purpose? Constructed during the 4th dynasty, it was originally 146.6 meters tall and made from approximately 2.3 million stone blocks. How did the ancient Egyptians manage to move such massive stones? Many theories exist, from ramps to levers, but the exact methods remain a mystery. The purpose of the pyramids. The pyramids served as monumental tombs for pharaohs. They were designed to protect the royal body and its possessions for the afterlife. Inside, we find intricate chambers filled with treasures meant to accompany the pharaoh in the next life. Mummification process. To ensure a successful journey to the afterlife, the Egyptians developed the art of mummification. This complex process involved several critical steps. First, the body was cleansed and the internal organs were removed, often preserved in canopic jars. The body was then dehydrated using natron, wrapped in linen, and adorned with amulets to protect the deceased. Beliefs about the afterlife. The belief in the afterlife was central to Egyptian culture. The soul was thought to have different components, including the K and BA. The K required a physical body to inhabit, while the BA represented personality and could travel between the living and the dead. Among the thousands of mummies found, some have captured our imagination more than others. King Tutankhamun, discovered in 1922, is perhaps the most famous, revealing a wealth of artifacts and insights into royal life. His tomb, filled with gold and other treasures, provided a glimpse into the opulence of ancient Egyptian royalty and their burial customs. The legacy of the pyramids and mummies. Today, the pyramids and mummies continue to draw millions of visitors and researchers alike. They serve not only as tourist attractions, but as invaluable sources of historical knowledge. Archaeologists are still making discoveries that reveal more about this extraordinary civilization. Each artifact tells a story, helping us piece together the rich tapestry of ancient Egypt, modern science, and discoveries. Advancements in technology have opened new avenues for understanding mummies. CT scans and DNA analysis are uncovering secrets about their health, diet, and even familial relationships. These modern methods allow us to learn more than ever before, shedding light on the lives of those who lived thousands of years ago. As the sun sets over the pyramids of Giza, we are reminded of the enduring legacy of the ancient Egyptians. Their innovations, beliefs, and monumental achievements continue to inspire awe and curiosity. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of the mummies and pyramids of Egypt. If you enjoyed this journey, please like, share, and subscribe for more captivating stories from history. Until next time.